Well, hello, porch, red dirt preacher, staying up way past my bedtime. So are you. I want to bring you a message called The Power of Now, the knowing of now. Now is wrapped inside the word knowing. I pointed that out in the title of this video. I do this exercise with my daughter, and it's a brand new exercise that Jesus just taught me. And last night I actually did it on the phone with my twin brother, who I've not been in communication with for many, many years. So that was surprising, and I'll tell you about that later. Um, Here's the exercise. Look down at your feet right now. Look down at your feet. Come on. This doesn't work unless we all play along. Look down at your feet. Take a mental image of your feet. Just not exactly. Don't be like, oh, my feet are. Just the idea. Look down at your feet, and say now. Say now to yourself. Right now. Right now. Does now matter? Yes, it does. You matter right now. 35, 45, 25 years from now, no matter where you are, you're going to look down at your feet and say to yourself, right now matters. And that is exactly what my young daughter, she came to me the other day and had asked me about something, and Jesus touched my mind to have her do that. And I think she was already graduating high school and moving off, from home and becoming a marine biologist and chasing sharks, because she has a heart like Steve Irwin had for alligators. My daughter has an Irwin heart for sharks. Anyway, my daughter was already forward thinking so much and worried about scholarship. She's 12 years old. So I was like, Kelly, and then all of a sudden, that's when Jesus came in, and he said, out of my mouth, I told my daughter, I said, look down at your feet. Look down at your feet and say, right now. So she did, and I did, and right now matters. Right now matters. And in 25 years, something you think that is so far away from now, me dying, me retiring, me getting married, me graduating college, whatever it is, it seems like it's so far away, but it's not. Because one of these days, you're going to be at that moment, and you're going to look down at your feet. They're still attached to you, and you're going to say, right now. Aren't you still going to be very much and personally involved in right now? Yes, you are. So let's not think about the future like it's really that far away. It's always going to be no further away than our own feet. Right now. Right now. And, that idea was taught to me. It's very profound. And through the conversation I had with my brother the other night, I learned that my grandpa, who is a mountain man, he lived out in California, taught me about teepees. He was the first one I got my first little knife from. It was cool. I was like 12 years old. And he took me out to the Sierra Nevada mountains down in the valley. And we packed up and we took the little blue and white speckled country wear. We were legit. But my grandfather was a mountain man, so he had bears and minks and things for blankets. We had a real teepee, and he did all the fire and stuff. And I was a 12-year-old and a tomboy. So he gave me my first knife, and it was awesome. And I went, running around the woods, but I'm getting lost on the story here. Anyway, he taught me a lot, and I have some great memories with him. And he lives in Oklahoma. And at the last I knew, he had lived with family, younger family, a 40-year-old family, taking care of him. But that was a long time ago. And my brother, in the conversation last night, he called to let me know that my grandfather, we call him Papa, and that he's in a nursing home, and he's senile. And I guess it was just a couple weeks ago that he was out in the street wandering around in his underwear, and I'm just like, oh my God. And worse news gets worse. My brother just tells me right off the bat, he tested for COVID, so he's 75 years old now, Lainey, and I was like, oh my God. So they have him in quarantine in a nursing home, and I don't even know which state. I asked my brother, what state? And he's like, I don't even know. I think it's Oklahoma. And so I was just dismayed. And when things like that happen, the only thing I could do was pray. And I got to thinking about my papa last night. I thought about the times he gave me my first knife and how he, God, he's a mountain man. What did he not do? I mean, come on. He was tall, burly, and huge, and he had a curly mustache and everything. He was a brunette Santa Claus. Anyway, I just can't help but thinking that as he's, in this quarantined room, just really hollowed out and shriveled and bewildered in the eye for being senile, he's like that of a little boy. And to have this robust life and have heydays, my grandfather, my papa, and me, he used to do reenactment of the Kit Carson trail, the Kit Carson Trail in California, and I used to go with them on that, and that's horses and buggies and reenactments, and he was a tough John Wayne kind of bird, and to hear about him being in this position now, and then everybody that used to be family is so split by oil and water in our family, split by self-lovers and lovers of others. Our family is so split and sporadic, and people have passed on, and it's so disconnected now that it's as if everything my grandpa was a part of doesn't even exist anymore. Like, he could turn around and everything's gone. His wife passed years ago. Kids probably don't, I don't know if kids don't talk to him no more. There's no I'm a grandkid, not even know where he is. So just to be so disconnected from a life that you just spent your life living. And then to turn around at this moment of now, at 75 years old, and to be lost this way. And so it just made me really sad, and that really profoundly pushed on me the knowing of knowing now. There was a time when my grandfather, my papa, was my age, thinking that where he is now at 75 years old, fighting COVID alone in a nursing home, and literally lost, confused, and bewildered all the time. When he was my age, he had no idea that was going to be his now. He should have looked down at his feet and said, now, right now matters. I matter right now. And we must think about the now, which inadvertently is like, I must think about the future so that doesn't happen to me when I'm 75 years old. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Stop putting shit off like you've got time to deal with it, because the time is irrelevant. It's now. And now is no further away than your own feet. And I know that my grandfather, wherever he is, could sit up on the side of a bed and look at his feet and say that right now. Right now still matters. He's still very personally, very much involved in his right now. And it's not 25, 35, 45 years from down the road, you know what I mean? So us youngins who aren't 75, who are not in my grandfather's position right now, we should take great heed from that moment. If all the bittersweet and the sadness and melancholy can't be, come on, it could be fuel for us younger versions of that. So we need to realize that now does matter. And now is at our feet. So do that now as a living exercise. Look down at your feet and say, right now. Take a mental picture of where you are right now. Right now you matter. Stop putting you off. I think the biggest fear we have in life isn't others, isn't the devil, isn't lies, isn't being misunderstood or not finding love. I think our biggest fear in our life is that we have to deal with ourselves. That we might have to conquer ourselves. Our biggest fear in life is that we would be left alone. Not because of loneliness, because of accountability. Then we would be accountable for our own lives. We'd have nothing to blame it on and no one to blame it on, but that's so much easier than being accountable. So I think we're just really, really afraid of being accountable for ourselves. I think that's our biggest fear as humankind. And I'm trying my best to be accountable for my life, and not like picking like I do good things. No, I'm in the middle of searching for divine love and waiting for it. I'm not like searching for it actively, but you know what I mean? I'm doing what's right here in the house. And for divine love to enter my life. But I'm also making sure at the same time that as a divine feminine who has our feminine and masculine together, I don't need to ride a man around like an ATM mule and not have choices in my life. Because women know that if we're attached in codependency, because we haven't fruited our own money, our own our own foundation into the world, when we have not done that, we become codependent to the man. And when women are codependent to men, we feel like we can't make choices, because if we really do make choices, it's going to negate or mess up our stability. And so women live a little bit cut off and watered down for the sake of having stability. And I'm on a journey to fruit my own stability, to create my own peace and love, and to really conquer myself, to spend time with me. And I've been spending, I've been alone with me for 5 to 7 years, and it's hard work, but I've learned to enjoy my own company, not to hate it. Being alone isn't like some kind of prison cell where I'm being tortured. I actually love to spend time alone because I spend my time talking with Jesus. It's amazing. So anyway, I guess that's a little tangent. Sometimes we have to take a dirt road to get home, and I think we just took a dirt road. So be powerful in the knowing of now. Right now matters. And right and now is also going to be your long, far off future. One day I'm going to be standing in front of God. Don't quit acting like The day that you're judged by God, or the day that you enter the kingdom, is that far away? Look down at your feet and say now. Okay, because you're always going to be saying right now. It forever exists. And that's what time is. It's not linear. It's a big circle. Amen. So I'm going to have to bid you adieu. I'm going to tell you tonight. Good night. I am pooped. I am tired. I worked hard. So I feel like I got in a little bit of a boxing match today. So that's what, hard work does for you. So I'm going to bid you good night. I love you guys, and hopefully I'll see you soon. I'll see you next time the river flows, okay? Enjoy Red Dirt Radio. Enjoy the laughs that are up on the porch tonight. And you guys stay kind. And don't let the devil bite, okay? Go to bed and let the good Lord hold you tight. Look at that. We just needed a Dr. Seuss in the house. All right, I got to go. Y'all stay kind.